Today, welcome to the local agency, Richardson Ranch, Hurlstone Park, Richardson Ranch, Marrickville, Aris Dendrinos and Andrew Knox, Richard Perry, Peter Dendrinos, of course, the doyen of property in this district, the selling agents. I'm Peter Baldwin, the chief auctioneer of the Richardson Ranch Group, established in 1858 as Australia's longest established firm of estate agents. The firm that, of course, sold the land in this particular area when it was all brought to fore for housing in Sydney. Also here with our partners in finance at Shaw Financial, and Elliot is just off to my left, and obviously there'll be parties here today who've engaged Elliot for the finance and so forth, and getting the best home loan deal in Sydney. This EARLWOOD home comes under our vendor's contract, the Property Stock and Business Agents Act of 2002-2003, where our terms and conditions say, subject to reserve price, the highest bidder will be the purchaser. In the event of a disputed bid, the auctioneer is the sole arbitrator. The decision of the auctioneer is final. The auctioneer can refuse any bid that he feels is not in the vendor's best interest. The right to bid on behalf of the vendor reserved and specified as one bid, and a bidder is deemed to be the principal bidder unless prior to the auction an authority is handed to us allowing a person to bid for it on behalf of another. Please note, at the fall of the hammer, we need 10% deposit of the purchase price to be paid by the successful bidder. Bidders, of course, need to be registered to bid. We can only accept bids from those who have registered to bid. We need the bids to come in before the gavel falls, as we don't accept late bids and we can't. Bid up, bid keenly, bid strongly, and bid often for this property. J.S. Pinto, the vendor solicitors, Lot B, deposited pan 317684. We know it as 26 Wardell Road in EARLWOOD. Full brick residence, the covered rear entertaining area that you can see with the tile floor, a long side drive, leads up, of course, to the carport there, and this wonderful double lock-up garage to the rear of the home. The polished timber floors, the Jetmaster fireplace, the blinds, the clothesline, dishwasher, fixed floor coverings, light fittings, range with stone, a 42-day settlement, the title, and of course the drainage and deposited plan annex. 149 zoning certificate is there from Canterbury Bankstown Council in an R3 medium density zoning here. Well, it's a property that's rich in period features. Isn't it nice to see how the period features have been enhanced and retained by our vendors? We see the fretwork, we see the tall ceilings in the home. It's got a lovely feel to it, the fireplace in the central living area, and a 430 square metre parcel of land. Aris went for a run one day after an open for inspection, ran to Dulwich Hill Station and said it was 800 metres, basically at a sprint. And he said that so it really brings that into the fore when you consider that a railway station is less than a kilometre away from the property. We've got an easy link up to EARLWOOD shops here, the Cooks River Parklands, of course, onto Beeman Park, Ewan Park, the very, very challenging Canterbury golf course and beyond, and many, many sporting fields along here as well. Very much to the primary and secondary schools in the district. But for a 3-bedroom home with sunroom, bungalow-style residence coming to the marketplace today, just a few moments ago we saw go to public auction a residence in Calvert Street at Marrickville. That property, I believe some people were expecting to pay around $1.38 to $1.4 million for that home. It just sold for $1,555,000. The home in Calvert Street. Earlier today we submitted a 2-bedroom original townhome in Garnett Street at Dulwich Hill. It was a 35-year-old townhome, totally original. Expectation was somewhere around the $850,000 mark. It fetched $970,000 at public auction. There, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to be in it to get it. Who's got the best bid here today? Love to see you in the hunt and see what you've got to give. What sort of start do we hear? Who comes on board now and makes us the opening bid? Who sets sail now on this EARLWOOD home? I guess somewhere in that 1-3s to see the bidding start. If you've got a bit of confidence here today, after all, the home that we had that was to be auctioned in Wallace Street at Marrickville, that property sold prior to auction. That was to be our 5:30 auction this afternoon. And Andrew Knox, Richard Perry, of course, the agents there. Got to start. Who's got something to give? 1,350, maybe as an opening bid. Is that the opening play from someone? Would you like to join us in there? Representing pretty good value there as a freestanding home on a 430 square metre parcel. I might add that the property in Calvert that just sold a few moments ago at $1.555 million was on 189 square metres. This is 430 square metres. Who's got to start? 1,350 or thereabouts? Step right up and make me the bid. Who's keen? Who's willing? Who gets us a start? Yeah, that's fine and dandy, Aris. Well, the interest is here today. I've got $1,300,000 to place as the vendor's bidder. Bid $1,300,000 now. 1-3 bid. The bidder's $1,300,000 bid. And 320, is it, madam? Thank you. I bid 1,320,000. Thanks for your bid. I bid 1,320,000 bid and the bid is 1,320,000. We're bidding in blue panels today. I bid $1,320,000 bid, but now 320 bid. Who'd like to advance us at 50? 1,320 the money now. The bid is 1,320,000. It's Madam's bid undercover there. I bid $1,320,000 bid, but now do we set the market alight with 40 or more? 132 the bid now. The bid is 1,320,000 on a freestanding home on a deep block 2 with a double garage. 1,320,000 bid and the bid is 1,320,000. Do we think 1,340 or more? But it might be Madam with a running. $1,320,000 once, twice. Thanks very much, Nick. The bid is 1,350,000. 1.360. Thanks, Madam and sir. 70. 370 now. 380. 1,380 now. 1.4 million bid. Thank you, sir. The bid is 1.4. Quickly removed, and the bid is $1,400,000 now. 1,400,000 is the bid. The bid is $1,400,000 now. My bid's to the right-hand side, Aris. Thanks, Madam. 1,410. 1,410 we bid. The bid is $1,410,000 bid for it. I bid $1,410,000 and I got Madam's call and the bid is 1.41. Just in advance of the gentleman here. Aris, do we have any instructions at this stage? The bid is $1,410,000. 1,410 bid. $1,410,000 calls at the back. The bid is 1,410. Who launches another raid now? And it's Madam's call at 1,410,000. Families just to the front. Aris is going to have a quick chat there. $1,410,000 bid. And in the meantime, everyone, work out what your very best bid's going to be today. The bid is $1,410,000 bid for now in this Earlwood home. Earlwood's been a very strong performer out there in the marketplace, and I bid $1,410,000. Think about your next bid. How do you want to raise the stakes? 1,410 between two at the moment, and the bid is $1,410,000. Where do you see yourselves pitched in the battle? What? Thank you very much, Aris. We're on the market. We're selling at the fall of the hammer. I bid $1,410,000. You've got certainty of bid now. 1,410 bid. The bid is $1,410,000, and we're going to be buying here today. $1,410,000 bid, but now we're thinking $1,420,000, sir. Thank you. Nice to see you. 1,420 now. 1,420 bid. The bid is $1,420,000 standing in the carport. I bid $1,420,000 bid. They're going to have a bit of a chat about things there. $1,420,000 as we seek out further bids. I bid $1,420,000. This is the real deal, everyone. We are selling at the fall of the hammer. 1,420 bid. The bid is $1,420,000. You're bidding with your future in mind now. The bid is $1,420,000, and it's a just on his own with the bid. $1,420,000 once. I'll take 5 if it helps. All right, we say 1,425. Why not? 1,430. Thanks, sir. The bid is 1,430,000. I bid 1,430,000. Give some words of wisdom over there, Andrew. The bid is 1,430,000. 143 the bid now. The bid is $1,430,000 bid. There's $5,000 between the bidders. The bid is 1,430,000. It's surety of bidding. We're buying at the fall of the hammer. The bid is 1,430,000. So who could give me a little bit more? And in the charge to the finish, the bid is 1,430,000. Do I hear a bit better? Gentlemen's call off to the left. $1,430,000 once. 1,435, and the bid is 40. 1,440 now. 1,445. 50. 1,450 bid, and the bid is 1,450,000. 1,450 now. 50 now. 1,450,000. 50's bid, and the bid is 1.45. $1,450,000 to call off to the left. I bid $1,450,000 on a period home. The bid is $1,450,000. Take charge with another 5. The bid is $1,450,000. It's a gentleman's call to the left. Who could give a little bit more? $1,450,000. 55. Thank you. The bid is 1,455. What? 460? Sorry? It'd be 1,460 it'd be. If that's okay with you? That's okay. Good indeed. 1,460. 1,460 bid. The bid is $1,460,000 bid. I bid a $1,460,000 at a $1.46 million bid. One bid now. One a bid now. $1,460,000 if you're thinking about another bid. $1,460,000. 1,480. And he charges to the front with 1,480,000. 1,485. And he's 490. 495. 1.5 million. 1.5. 1,505. 1,505 now. $1,505,000 bid for it now. The bid is 1,505 and the call is off to the left. I bid $1,505,000. It's a gentleman's call off to the left-hand side at $1,505,000. $1,505,000 against the parties in Abu Dhabi. The bid is $1,505,000. Call is off to the left. $1,505,000. Bid to left-hand side. I'll give him over if you need it, Nick. $1,505,000 bid. It's your call there, sir. I'll look for anyone else for the higher and better bid. Whichever way I'd like to go. $1,505,000 once. $1,505,000 bid. Twice. 1,506. It was a big build up for $1,000, and I bid $1,506,000. 507, and he goes that way too. And the bid is $1,507,000 now. 1,507 we bid. The bid is $1,507,000 now. Bidders play for keeps. The bid is $1,507,000 on this Earlwood home, and the bid is $1,507,000. Nick's disappearing into the jungle for a bit. The bid is $1,507,000 now, and we're going to call for the advance. But the gentleman, in good faith here, holds a bid of $1,507,000. $1,507,000. Nick Barn is a buyer's agent. $1,507,000 bid. Got a party overseas from whom he's taking instructions. The bid is $1,507,000 now. Go through the calls for comfort to the top bidder. 1,510. 11. 1,511 he made it. And the bid is $1,511,000 now. Won the money now, want a bid now, want a bid now, want a bid now. $1,511,000 bid, and the bid is 1,511. $1,511,000 now, and it's the gentleman's call nearest me. His best bid so far is $1,511,000 in the bidding as we call for a little more.
Okay. No worries. We're out.
We're $1,511,000 bid.
Sure? Sure? Yeah, we're sure.
$1,511,000 now. Once. $1,511,000 bid. Twice. And so it is. $1,511,000, which will buy this property if there's no further bid. Third, final call. To the right, centre, left, done. Down it goes. I sell you bidding quickly. We are out. We have sold. Congratulations to you, sir. Thanks very much, Nick Barney here. Thank you very much. Thanks to you for taking it on. Thanks, everyone. Congratulations to Madam and Sir over there. Well done to you. Give them another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wardell Road. Well done to you. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, everyone. Hartnett Street next week, as you know. Livingston Road at Marrickville. Acton Street, Hurlstone Park. Thank you. Good afternoon.